ready? You ready? .107.
Time me. See what my time is on that.
Okay.
All right, you stepping? Y'all are stepping? Yeah.
Yes. With sandals on. Sandals? You ready?
Tactical sandals. They're black.
Got them all right. 316.
Hello folks, Chris Rainey here with the Weekly Wrap. I got a few things to talk to you about today. I took a shooting class this Sunday, and the guest instructor was Johnny Primo. Is billed to me as the latest in firearms training. He's a longtime military Green Beret patriot that served his country for many years and seriously wounded, but he's on a traveling road show, and so in his class he's combined the shooting capabilities with a strenuous workout. The workout is to build strength and endurance. You know, most people work out and they build strength, don't build endurance, or they build endurance and they don't build strength. So at the culmination of his class was this fandango, and I was looking at all these young bucks doing it, and I was like, I'm not sure I'll be able to do this. I told the police officer gal in the class, I said, this is how you get a hold of the ambulances if we need them. You know, so I said, but dadgummit, I'm gonna have to do this because those young bucks are doing it, and some of them didn't complete it. But I got to tell you that I completed it. I did the whole thing. It's about 1,000 yards of running with 100 pounds, and you are wearing yourself out, and you're shooting and controlling your breathing. The shooting and breathing part was pretty easy for me, but the weightlifting and the cardio was tough. And so I finished. I was very happy, and I got this patch, Johnny Primo patch. I'm more proud of this patch than anything else that I've got right now because it was so hard to get. And anyway, I did learn some things in the class, and we'll be bringing those back to y'all. He reminded me of some things that I knew a long time ago that I'd forgotten, because there's so much being taught out there. He's been taught by the greatest shooters our nation has produced. For 15 years they taught our special forces, and it's had a profound effect on the gunfights overseas. Profound. To the point that we hardly lose. So, good class, learned a lot. We're trying to figure out how we can incorporate this workout system with our geriatric crowd that we have here, including me. But one thing they did tell me, I gotta tell you this because it's hilarious, they said I was the toughest old man they'd ever seen. Coming Saturday, July 22nd, we have the tactical rifle manipulation class, and basically what that is, weak-handed operation of the rifle. Justin is an expert at that. He did this for real, in the real world, and he knows his business inside and out. And that's what we're stressing. It's a 2.5-hour class. Not a lot of round counts, but a lot of practice in 2.5 hours. The next thing, the NTXLF practice day is Saturday, 22nd. If you want to get into competition, that's a good place to start, practice day. It's a fun thing to do. You run one stage and you practice that 3 or 4 or 5 times. So good thing to learn how to do competition. Our upcoming events, we're fixing to close the Cloudcroft registration in about 10 days. If you want to go, get on the list with me. I've still got some spots. We've got a great class this go around, and I'm looking forward to getting up there in the mountains in the cool air, especially after this weekend. So beyond that, we're working on the ladies class, awareness class. There's many things that I saw as a police officer that still trouble me to this day, and I guess that's why I get up in the morning. I come out here because of those things, and I want to impact society, impact y'all's lives, and I want to make a difference, and I want y'all to make a difference. And this, I listen to all of you that talk to me about this stuff, and you make a difference in people's lives, the people around you, your families, your friends, and we want to continue that. So this ladies awareness class is an extension of that mindset and thought. So we love our people and our society, and we want them to be aware that not everybody is a good person. So beyond that, for those that follow the books I read, I am reading another great Texas history book. They didn't teach me this in school. You remember the last one was Texas Rangers, Pioneers, and Indians. A.J. Sowell, and his uncle was at the Alamo and came from Gonzales, and he made the first Bowie knife. Heck of a read. Some of y'all have told me you're reading it. The next one I got is Evolution of a State, and Noah Smithwick is his name. It's on Kindle Reader, and Noah came to Texas as a 19-year-old in 1821, and he stayed for a few years. He's a blacksmith, became a rifle maker. Very interesting. He was writing this book when he's in his 90s, and he's just telling the stories that he encountered and the things that happened to him in Texas. And it's amazing. And the part I'm in right now, it just makes me laugh. It reminds me so much of police work. The Indians, the Comanches in particular, are raiding the Colorado River Valley down by Austin, and they've taken all the horses. You can't keep a horse. And people are trying to devise ways to keep the Indians from stealing the horses, and the Indians would just kill the horse and leave it laying there if they can't get it out of the barn. Or one guy hobbled his horse with a lock, and the Indians killed the horse and cut the legs off. And the next morning he gets up and there's his dead horse. Then Noah loses his prize. He had a blind mare. He figured they won't steal a blind mare, and she had a colt. And he said they won't steal her. And so sure enough, they steal her. He grabs his single shot rifle, he takes off after them, tracks them 10 miles, and he finds his mare and his colt. And she's stumbling along, and the Indians have left her. So he thinks, good, I got her back, and brings them back, and he's thinking, this worked out pretty good. Well, what he didn't know was that in that whole area, they stole 2,000 horses that night. And so he goes to bed thinking, everything's good, I've got my colt back, I'm gonna have a horse to ride. And the next morning he gets up and they're gone again. And he made a statement, and I'm still laughing about it. He goes, I was so mad, I was reckless, because he took out after those Indians to get his horse back. And, taking after a squad of Comanches with a single shot rifle by yourself on foot, and they're on horseback, probably ain't the smartest move in the world, especially since they're the best light cavalry in the world. Yeah. But they would steal 2,000 horses out of this. This is Texas history. And the Anglos couldn't stop it. They couldn't figure out how to stop it. He said, but what it did do was cause this is how our civilizations progressed. It kept everybody close in. He said, we'd have never made schools or banks or anything because we'd have spread out across Texas. He said, but this threat kept us all bunched up. So he said, we better develop some schools and some churches and things like that, like civilization. And so that caused us to develop all this because of this existential threat that the Comanche warriors produced. But he said sometimes it reminded me so much of police work in this regard. Sometimes it was so bad that they'd be all out chasing the Indians and they'd just all bust out laughing and just fall down laughing because this is so ridiculous that this is our lives. And I've been there. I know what he's talking about. It's a great book, Evolution of a State. That's all for now. I do want to thank Brad and Jenna for helping me with this video. They're doing an awesome job with it. And we look forward to seeing you at the range. I know it's hot, but come out here in some light colored clothing. You see what I'm wearing. Drink some water, drink some electrolytes. You need to be out here in the heat. Sweating's good for you. I'm telling you that. And I handled that workout mainly because I was drinking electrolytes and I'm out here sweating every day. So it was hard. Did I mention it was hard? Anyway, that's all for now. We look forward to seeing you at the range.